Hey guys, welcome back. I wanted to do a short video on a video game that I waited for a long time. Actually, I was waiting for the 25 version of it to come out, and we all know what happened. So this game, before I get into it, is Football Manager 26 on console, because I play on PS5. So yeah, I waited like everybody else for the 25 version to come out, and we all know what happened. I'm not gonna get too into it because many channels have covered the subject. Go check Zealand videos that covers the subject all year long and at every update. So 26 version rolled around, and before it came out, we were told that the new engine was the reason why it was taking so long, and things they were working on things to be as smooth as possible. And in 25, they weren't satisfied with the game at that point, so they skipped a year, right? Um, Personally, I usually give a little time period between the games that I really want and the moment I get them. Especially in the past 5 years, I would say, because in the past 5 years, release dates have been problematic. Actually, let me push that back to 7 years, because you got to push back to games like I forgot the name of that space exploration game. I have it too. Hold on, let me see. So the name that I was looking for is No Man's Sky. So you have to go back to No Man's Sky's release to really, at least in my memory, I could be wrong, uh, have a controversy of a game that comes out and that the performance is so bad that it creates a big backlash. So ever since that time, I give it a period of time in between the release of a game I really want to get and the moment I buy it and play it. Yeah, we've seen also what happened with Cyberpunk, which is one of my favorite games. So I didn't get Cyberpunk until a year after. I think, yeah, a year after. I think I got it a couple of months before the first big update. So, having said that, I waited to get Football Manager when it came out, and I felt justified when it came out and the reviews came out and players were complaining on Reddit, on social media, all around, and that was really I was not expecting that. In a sense, the reason why the 25 version was not released and we jumped to the 26 was especially for that not to happen, and it ended up happening. And part of it is definitely the feeling that the game wasn't completely tested regularly before release. I feel like they didn't know exactly where the game was at because some of the situations are just so basic. Yeah, it feels like one last look around would have prevented a bunch of bugs and mistakes. The second thing is the UI. The new UI is, for lack of a better word, confusing. It's a lot. It's a lot different as well. Um, from jumping from 24 to this one, it took me a day of playing to pretty much figure out uh, what I consider my basic places and menus and stuff like that. And that's the basic. I have the game for a week now, and I still haven't figured out everything. And that's with watching videos from other creators that have been playing. Also, the issue is most creators play on PC, which I understand. I played this game on PC until 24. So it's kind of hard to have an authentic experience from a console player when it comes to this game. So it's hard to figure out and find a lot of things when it's when basically the fact that it's on console and with a controller make things different and a little harder. So that's one of the reasons. The UI is just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot different. So those two things, yeah, it's definitely a negative for me because I did not expect or want to have a learning curve on the game. As far as I can remember, even when I started playing the 24 version on PS5, I did not feel like it strayed too much away from the previous UIs, so it was understandable like quite fast. This one is, it almost feels like you have to work before you enjoy, and that's on the UI side of things. Let's not even get into um, quality of life when it comes to the game itself, when it comes to managing the team, handling training, scouting, basically all the reflexes that you had before. If at best they're not changed a little bit, they are completely renewed in a different, I guess, process, for lack of a better word, and it's annoying. It's annoying because you have to work to learn the tricks again to get into your game. On screen, it's actually a save that I brought from 24. As you can see, 2046. So this is what I'm talking about. So before, the mailbox looked like that, right? But you had a drop menu coming from the left for everything else, in a way. Here, they even reconstructed the drop menus in what they include. So you might be looking for something that used to be on this line, but now it's going to be, I don't know, on match day. For example, to access the tactics, you used to press L2, go in the menu to tactics, or yeah, I think it was called. Yeah, I think it was tactics, and you would be taken to the screen. Here, you would go to squad. See, I'm not even sure because I only do it now on the match day screen that does it. I figured that at some point you have to press a direction to drop the drop back menu, but I can't figure out exactly where it is because I'm still, on that learning curve. Anyway, so that's the one thing. The second thing is really the bugs, the crashes. I've been lucky. I haven't had so many crashes, but I had some, and yeah, it's frustrating. I must say though, the loading screen to get into the game is a lot shorter than on the 24 version. That was long. So pretty much that's my first impressions of the game. Obviously, the graphics when it comes to match day and the match itself the 3D modeling and all that is pretty cool. It's definitely an upgrade. I do have an issue with the shots though, because the animations for the shots and the nature of the shots, usually they go a lot like over the bar. But the physics of the ball, it always look like they're lobbing, or yeah, they're shooting out of control. So whenever he misses, it always misses the same way, if that makes sense. So that was kind of weird. There is, as far as I've seen, there is no shot going high in the corner. That's a straight shot. It's always dropping down, goes up, drops down. So yeah, it's kind of weird. To be frank, besides that, I haven't been watching too much what's happening on screen like that, because I have my settings on highlights, key highlights, because to me, it's cool that it looks better, but I really didn't have any issues with the 24 version or the version before, where it was just the circles. I'm fine with that. I don't need to be entertained by the pictures. So that was not. I would hate to figure out that that's what took so long and broke the game in a way. If specifically it's the graphics of the in-game match and what you see on screen, the 3D version and stuff. If that was the main issues, yeah, I would be mad about this. So yeah, the UI. A new UI with a learning curve that's a little curvier than what you would expect or want. So far, that's my issues with the game. I'm still debating on if I will start a new save and share it on the channel. You guys will have to drop a like or a comment if you want to see this. Yeah, I'm really hoping that it takes a couple of weeks to get into it, and then you hit the ground running. So I will definitely drop another video in a couple of weeks to tell you how this has been going on, and I'm waiting for the feedback and to see if you guys want to see it. If you guys want to see me do a save, we could come up together with parameters or handicaps you want me to have while starting the save. I don't know if it's starting in the 4th division in Eastern European country, or the 2nd division in an Asian country. Anyway, let's see what we can come up with. In the meantime, that was a short video that's probably getting a little longer now. I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed it. That was my opinion on Football Manager 26 on console, and I will see you guys very soon. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Peace.